Hello YouTube. Welcome to MLB The Show. This is the first episode of what I hope is many of my franchise series. I've been wanting to do this for a while, so here we are. There was 3 teams that I was going to choose, or decided to choose. I took a look at the Pittsburgh Pirates, who has Jacob Stallings, Adam Frazier, a young Cabrian Hayes, who looks very promising, only 24 with an 81 overall. Very good team. John Ryan Murphy at catcher, Todd Frazier third base, Eric Gonzalez at third. There was that team, but I feel like that team's already got plenty of young talent that I don't really have to do too much building, just had to wait a couple years. I also looked at the Baltimore Orioles with Anthony Santander, very good player. The Orioles are an interesting team because I feel like they're a very talented young team. I feel like they're maybe a couple pitchers away from being in a playoff spot, race at least. Just such a competitive young team. Got guys like Austin Hayes, Trey Mancini, John Means. You got Yomi Sanchez, Ryan Mountcastle, who looks very promising. I ended up deciding to go with the Detroit Tigers. I feel like they're a very, very bad team, for being honest. Matthew Boyd, starting pitcher, Spencer Turnbull, Tyler Alexander. Some young pitchers that I like. It's just a very interesting team. When I mean interesting, I really mean bad, if we're being honest. I wanted to choose a team that I'd be able to build upon with my own players. There are some young guys like Casey Mize, who looks very promising, 90 and 99, as you see. A potential, only 22. There's also Joey Wentz, who could probably play some promising minutes, and then Matt Manning at starting pitcher. At relief pitcher, there's really nobody that I'm confident in. I might have to look to maybe sign somebody or trade for somebody. It's just not a good relief pitching group. There's nobody really talented either that I'm like, yeah, this guy is gonna make the jump for us and be our relief pitcher. Just a bunch of guys that you probably won't see in the future, or the now, I guess. Closing pitcher is very much the same, but Michael Fulmer is not a bad closer pitcher. 70 years old, or 70 overall at 28 years old. Decent potential. At first baseman, we got the old man Miguel Cabrera, and we also have Renato Nunez, who looks very nice. 26, 73 with B potential. At second base, we got Jonathan Scoop and Harold Castro. At third, we have Isaac Paredes, and that's really about it, if we're being honest. Third base is our weakest position by far. Very talented player. Nico Goodrum at shortstop. Great defensively. Could use a little bit better hitting, but decent contact against righties. We got Will Castro backing him up, and Bob Montez at AA right now. Will Castro, good contact. You might see him play a little bit of designated hitter for us in some games. Don't know if he'll be able to start anytime soon, but who knows. Bob Montez there. Robert Grossman's our left fielder, 31. Nobody really backing him up. It's kind of just him for now. Might have to look for a left fielder. Here's Robert Grossman. Nothing that stands out too much for him. Getting up there in age. Nothing crazy. At center fielder, we have Victor Reyes, who looks pretty nice at 26. Good speed. Decent contact against righties. Okay, contact against the lefties, I suppose. We also have Akil Baddoo, who I hope can make a jump and be a very talented young player going forward. 82 speed, very nice speed, good contact against the lefties. Needs to get that power up. Needs to get that power against righties and contact against righties as well. Look at MLB roster here. Matthew Boyd being our highest player, but at right field we have Nomar Mazara. Hopefully I said his name right. Who looks okay. Gonna need to get better. Really everything. He's not great at one statistic. Backing him up is nobody really good at 56 overall. Danny Woodrow. It's a very young team. I say young, very young team, but it is a lot of unknowns with this team, and I hope to learn those unknowns as I play through the franchise. Now, I have Gary Sanchez, and I want to talk about Gary Sanchez because I accidentally made a trade for Gary Sanchez. He's very talented, good power against righties and lefties, good arm, play catcher, 28 years of age with A potential, at 77 already. But I accidentally made a trade. I was looking at trades for my third baseman, and wasn't actually trying to trade. I was just trying to look at possible trades, and I wanted to look at what Gary's statistics look like, and I ended up picking him up on accident. So because I picked up Gary, a lot of moves were made, including getting rid of Jake Rogers. or not getting rid of Jake Rogers, but taking him off the 40-man. I ended up putting Ronaldo Nunez on the 40-man. I moved him up to MLB, and I moved Jake Rogers down to AAA. Now, I don't know what I'm going to do with my starting catcher. Now that I have Gary Sanchez. Gary Sanchez is going to start for me for sure. I don't know what I'm doing with Wilson Ramos. I don't know if I'm looking for a trade or if I'm looking to maybe move him to a different position. I have no idea. I ended up moving Miguel Cabrera to third base for the first game to see how it goes. I'm not too sure how it's going to go at first base. I don't actually remember who I currently have. You'll have to see during the first game. It's bad on my part. I should probably know my players for this franchise. But I'll get to know them and hopefully love them as the series goes. I believe Ronaldo starts at shortstop. I'll go over the team before the first game in the next franchise video you see from me. I'm in a decent division as I look at the settings here. I'm trying to make sure I'm not doing a fantasy draft. I'm trying to make sure that I am learning baseball because I really know nothing about baseball or the names. I'm hoping I don't butcher too many throughout the series. But I really want to learn baseball. I've had such a blast playing MLB The Show. I've watched a couple of games. Familiar. I don't know what designated hitter auto is. I kind of left it on auto. I think I'm going to take it off because it was on the first game. Extra inning runner. I'm just used to that from Diamond Dynasty, so I left it on. Looking at these settings, I kind of put them on all manual. I don't know if that's smart or not, but we'll find out throughout the franchise. Managing tasks, 40-man roster moves, free agency trades, waiver transactions, and contracts. Hopefully, I don't screw that stuff up as I go throughout the franchise. I'm not going to spring training. I'll be going straight to regular season. Not that I know the difference of what spring training is. It's a decent division, as I said, as the American League Central. The Twins and White Sox, two talented teams. The Indian and Royals, not too terrible. And then there's us. I don't know what I'm looking forward to do with this team. I probably am trying to make a playoff push, but I don't know if I have the talent for it. But we'll have to see in the next episode. We go against the Cleveland Indians in our first game. So, bye.